Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about elementary schools in Canada. How does it work? All the T's, the things you need to know before you send them off to school. Everything is not going to be like from where you came from, so it's a little bit different here and there. So yeah, let's get into it. Welcome back. The first thing you need to know is kids that are born in the same year end up in the same class. Let me take that again. Kids that are born in the same year end up in the same class. So usually school year starts in September, right? Most kids start school at the age of 5. Government funded schools, public schools, accept kids at the age of 5. Kids that are 0 to 5 are the pre-K. They are the pre-kindergarten children. There are not enough classes or schools that take on 0 to 5. There are some that take 3 to 5, but just a few, not all of them. It's not compulsory. They don't have to do it. Some do it probably to raise funds here and there for the school to run the school and all of that. So those kind of schools would have a separate privately funded on their premises that take 3 to 5 year olds. Okay, so the other options that are available to you at that point in time is you register them in a full-time daycare, or the parents schedule their work in such a way that they can babysit, and their schedule will overlap. So like for instance, some parents work like, one of them work like in the morning and make sure you're back by 2:30. Then the other person go to work at 2:30 or 3 o'clock and come back like they do their 8 hours and come back like 10, So that works for some parents, and that's great, right? If that is so, you have two options. You register them for full-time daycare, or your schedule overlap such that at least one parent is available at every point in time. The year they turn 5, you can register them to start school in September. So January, even by September, even if your kid is not yet 5, they can still start school in September that year. So it's January to December, unlike so many other places you find around. So like I said, school year starts in September. However, you came into the country after September. Can you still register your kids? Yes, you can still register your kids into school, because every kid in Canada from 5 and above have a right to education. So regardless of the time of the period of whenever you land into the country, your kid has a right to education, and you should get them registered immediately. I remembered when we got in, it was around May, and my daughter still got into school, even though it was just for 3 weeks, because it was 3 weeks before summer break, right? So yeah, so depending on when you land into the country, your kid has a right to education, and they will be registered provided there is a spot. So why did I say provided there is a spot? Each of the schools have their allocation limit, right? So they actually plan, beginning of the year, they plan how many kids they have capacity to take on. Now once they reach their capacity, you have to go to the next school in the next catchment area. Now, if the school in your nearest catchment area does not have a spot, you cannot on your own go to the nearest school and just register your kids. You will not be accepted. It is left for that kid to fit you in another school around you. So they need to place a phone call to let them know that this person is in my catchment area, but I'm unable to take the kid on because I'm maxed out. So then with that referral, you would schedule an appointment. Then you can now go to this next school around your catchment area. So that's how it's different here. If you're getting value from this video, please consider hitting the like button. If you'd like to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you. So you've been hearing me say things like catchment area. What does that mean? Public school enroll kids in their catchment area. So it's been mapped out, right? So for every residential areas, there is at least a school within the vicinity where your kids can go to. Usually people that live in the same complex, the kids usually go to the same school if it's going to be like a public school, except you choose to send your kids off to a private school. Your kids would usually go to the same school within your vicinity, if you know what I mean. So for you to be able to enroll your kids in the school that is nearest to where you live, the parents or the guardian has to provide a proof of address, which comes in form of your rental agreement or your mortgage or your hydro bill, something that shows that you truly live in that house, in that address, and it's proof also that you are in there. I find out that a lot of people want to go to certain schools, but they will not be enrolled in that school because they don't live within the catchment area. So where you live determine the type of school your kids are going to go. Where you live would determine the type of education your kids are going to go to, because unfortunately these schools' ratings are not the same. Even if the schools are in the same district or in the same areas, their ratings and the curriculum is actually different. Now, this I didn't know as well initially, right? I just stumbled on it. And I stumbled on it when we decided to change our house, right? And I mean, the teachers in the prior school were just so excited for my kids that they're going to that school. And I'm like, what's going on here? They said, oh, don't you know the school is really good and all of that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought the school was good. And I had to do like a research myself and realize that the schools have different curriculum and they usually rate them, right? So you probably need to do a research to know the rating of the school you're sending your kids to school. If the rating is not so good, honestly, it's just better you just find money and just send them to like private school, if that is what you like to do, if that is important to you, you know. So do a research before you enroll your kids in schools. Ask around, ask for how the school is from parents around, from your neighbors. If you're still new and you really don't have like a rapport with your neighbors yet, there are lots of Facebook groups that has been organized by parents that live within your vicinity and area. You can join some of these groups and you can be free to ask all the questions that you really want to be answered. The good thing about these groups is they are always very willing to help, and they can help with any and every questions, especially with school ratings, because we all understand what's at stake here, right? Forums, you will meet moms and dads that most of them probably grew up here, they were born here, right? So they understand, they have the ground knowledge that you don't have because you're new in the country, you don't even know how it works exactly and all of that. So that's a great way to know school is good enough and all that tease. Find out on Facebook and join the group. If you're getting value from this video, please consider hitting the button. If you'd like to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you. So school usually starts by 8:30 a.m. and ends by 2:30 p.m. So you need to plan their drop-off as well as their pickup. Now, if you and your partner has been able to have a sort of arrangement whereby you can, one drops off and the other picks up depending on your work schedules, that is actually the best option. It also saves you money. However, if you are not able to do it, if you work the same schedules and all of that, you will definitely want to register them for a before and after school care. Now, a before and after school care will, one, drop off the kids in the morning, pick them up when school ends. They sometimes provide lunches and as well as healthy snacks, and some of them help with schoolwork if any. So depending on your requirements, you need to do your research to know what this before and after school care provide, right? So you need to talk to them, make your researches, and ask all the questions to make sure that it's a good fit. If you're getting value from this video, please consider hitting the button. If you'd like to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you. So teachers have non-instructional days off. These non-instructional days are for their professional development, and usually there is no school when it's a professional development day for the teachers. This usually occurs like once or twice in a month, regularly. Yeah, that's something I wish I knew before my kids started school. Then I would have been more prepared, right? So you need to understand that there is a Prodi Day. It's called Professional Development Day for the teachers. And those days are non-instructional days, meaning there is no school. So if you've registered your kids for a before and after school care, is usually covered. Some don't charge you extra for Prodi days. Some will charge you extra for Prodi days because on Prodi day your kid is going to be with them from 7 a.m. to maybe 6:30 or 5:30 or 4:30, whatever, depending on your work schedule. So when you're registering your kids for before and after school care, please discuss Prodi days with them, because if you don't have a tight agreement, there might be conflict at the end of the day. If you're getting value from this video, please consider hitting the like button. If you'd like to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you. Public schools are free. Most public schools are free to the T. Like, you don't have to pay anything. You just make sure your kids show up with their school backpacks and clothes on their back and probably lunches. But for some, it's just free tuition. You still have to pay and buy school supplies or pay the school or whoever they've contracted to buy school supplies for you, or you do it yourself. And of course, there are new uniforms, so you need to probably invest a little bit in getting clothes they'll be wearing to school, as well as make their lunches. Now, for the lunch, some schools offer lunch programs. So schools that offer lunch programs, some of them are free, not all of them, and some you have to pay like a token. A lot of parents also organize hot lunches, whereby they contact someone that will make hot lunch for the kids. So you need to order in advance, and they would deliver directly to the kid in their class. So you need to find out about the lunch programs that are available to you, and you can actually benefit from it. But if there are no lunch programs available to you, then it is on you to make sure you pack lunch for your kids in school. Now, for COVID period, for sure, lunch programs was cancelled, right? So a lot of moms or dads have to, make provisions for lunches and organize same for their kids. So I just need to know that 95% of kids in Canada go to public schools. Only about 5% go to private schools. Most of the public schools are actually really good, and it all depends on what you're looking for, actually, So the only thing I know is there is lack of competition in class. And teachers do not really put a lot of pressure on the kids, so which is good, right? For most parents, they're okay with that. But there are some children that you just need to, push them a little bit to be able to perform better. So if your child is that kind of person that needs a little bit of push, a little bit of more persuasion, or sometimes, you might have to do that by yourself at home, right? Them like an extra teacher that'll be coaching them at home for an extra fee. Usually, teachers charge about $20 $20 or $30 per hour. Coach your children extra at home. If you're getting value from this video, consider hitting the like button. If you like to see more videos from me, consider hitting the subscribe button below. Thank you. That's going to be about it all for now. I think I've given you like quite a comprehensive information about elementary school, what you should expect, and you know, all of that. I think I pretty much covered it all. But if you think you have questions, you think I missed out anything, let me know in the comment section. I like to interact with you as usual, and yeah, just let me know in the comment section and we can discuss about it. If you have questions, let me know as well. If there is anything I did not touch on and you think you really want to know about, let me know as well in the comment section, and I'll be glad to probably answer you or do another video to address it. Thank you so much for watching. If you gain value from this, click the like button. I would so much like for you to subscribe, then you'll be able to see my next video once I upload. Thank you, and see you another time.